What's up, folks? Damien here, out in Oaks Park, pretty close to my house. And, that Selwood Bridge, going over the Willamette River. We're on the east side of Willamette right now. This is one of my favorite parks. Old growth, super cool. Just got my camera stuff on. Figure might make this video. It's been kind of raining a little bit, so it's nice that it's rain stopped anyway. Let's see, go back down this way. Get my camera set to where I want it. I think that's probably good. That. Lock her in. Yeah, so I figured I'd cruise around and gonna go over big topic, big changes coming up, big announcement. I've been anxious to make this video because still kind of deciding what I wanted to do. But I'm in a spot where I can do something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. With the state of the world, state of things. Just wanting to unplug a bit, except I'll be on my e-bike. Try to tell people. Okay. Let's go with that. So, bike's a little clackety, but nothing to worry about at the moment. I do apologize. I know what it is, and it won't matter soon. I guess I'll start with that. Right now I have an 8-turn geared G-Mac motor on that I've ridden 6,200 miles on so far. 6,200 and change. It's got a great motor. It's a fast winding. Geared, but it has regen, which is really cool. So it's super light, and I bought this with commuting in mind, being able to go faster. Plus, I just liked, I don't know, going above 30 is something, but to be honest, I haven't been above 28 in a long time, because I've been training a different way. riding a different way. But I'm going to be getting I already bought and have the 10-turn version, which is basically just has more torque. It looks identical. And I'm getting that laced. The rim's already ordered. Talked to my wheel guy Brian, Stoic Wheels, amazing dude. Look him up. Best wheel builder I know, anyway. I've never ever touched his wheels, and that's not a joke. Never ever touched the wheels he's built me. So that means that over the last 6,200 miles on this particular bike, I've never once touched the wheels. Not to say he's magic, but I'm just saying he knows what he's doing. And if I did need it adjusted, I'd just go back and have it adjusted. Right? I try to do most things on my own, but he's been a good friend for over 10 years now, or almost 10 years. I started e-biking a decade ago, back when you couldn't buy e-bikes, when nobody rode e-bikes. You had to build your own. This is my third bike that I've ridden. Over 3,600 miles. Oh, sorry, 36,000 miles. 30 before this bike, and now 6,000 something. What is it? 66, 67. That is how many miles I've ridden on this bike. The clackety noise is probably the free hub, but my new motor will just come complete. My original plan was I was thinking about swapping into this casing, because I could do that because it's the same motor, just different winding. And in the end, just barely, like recently, I decided to leave this wheel intact. Like mechanically it's fine, right? Maybe even washing this bike could solve the clacky, who knows? I just don't care. And but I am gonna just keep it intact, have a spare wheel, because the other part of some news. Let's start with the good news first, and then I'll maybe go into how all of this came about and timing wise. Just to say it once and just not talk about it anymore. It's hard to be excited for what I'm gonna announce, but because it's like, I don't know, that all these different gears aligned that I've been paying attention to for a while, and I haven't been able to make any videos or anything and tell anybody about it because I saw it all happening, but didn't have any control over it, right? But I'd still been preparing in my own way. But yes, at the end of May this month, in like 19 days, I will be moving out of my apartment and putting everything I want to keep in storage. And I'm gonna spend the summer on my e-bike. That's what I'm gonna do. The big picture is actually to do the GDMBR on this bike. But I should say that there's no no specific goal in mind. I don't have a time target. I don't have a distance target. It's more going to be like I'm spending the summer camping on my e-bike in a more bike packing fashion. So for example, because I haven't been on a long distance tour in, a few years I think, just because of all the craziness and being busy and working all the time, traveling all for work. Hey. So I don't want to start with a GTMBR on an e-bike, right? With a basically untested motor, because the new motor will be laced like a week before I leave. My birthday is actually May 31st. Turning 46 years old. Yeah, so I'm going to play around in Gifford Pinchot. There's a lot of gravel-oriented routes in that forest. There's also a bunch of other places just in the general Pacific Northwest area that I'd like to explore and spend time in. So you're probably wondering, if I'm going to be out in the boonies, how am I going to charge then? That is an excellent question. Of course, there's a lot of different ways to do that. Solar is obviously the one that you can do to not have to rely on the grid. But then there's a lot of ways to do that. And a trailer is a way. A trailer with like a 200 watt panel on the top, which like this guy Eric Tennant. His design looks really nice. It's a single wheel trailer, and that would keep you charged while you're riding. But you are then married to a trailer for the most part. And I plan on taking the train to Whitefish, for example, to start the GTMBR. But just like there's a lot of different places that I could get to by train that I would like to see. So I've kind of kept this bike with trainability in mind. Just keeping everything on the bike. That's really difficult, by the way. Trying it. You might imagine that I have some magic answer and solve all, and that's just not true. It's always a trade-off, right? My trade-off is I can only charge at camp or when I stop. Hey. So I'll have a 100 watt solar panel, and it's like a giant 90s dual CD case. It's like almost exactly the same size as that, like fully packed music aficionado 90s CD case. The 2 discs that are in some of the sleeves because you just don't have enough space. That kind of CD case. So it is big. It's very big and heavy. And I did test it finally, and I get almost 3 amps sometimes. I mean, I was looking at between 1.5 and I think I even saw almost up to 4 amps one time. I was just one day, it was kind of hazy, so it's something that just folds out. Just lay it on the ground or on a picnic table or something. I mean, it has loops to hang it and stuff, I just don't really see the point. So the idea will be more, I have 2 batteries, so you just put one on the charger, on the solar panel, just kind of leave it for the day. Because unlike a normal bike trip, bike tour, bike packing trip. I'm not going to necessarily ride every day. If I really like someplace, I'm going to stop and hang out there for a couple days, you know what I mean? Why not? I think a lot of people have their own reasons for going on a bike trip, and perhaps trying to make a specific place at a specific time just comes down to work availability, family stuff, and totally understandable, obviously. But I bought this bike as a regular bike. I actually went and talked to those folks on Saturday for a couple hours, actually. The guy that sold it to me, I talked to him for a while. Talked to this other lady. They gave me some cool spots to check out in Gifford Pinchot. Just went over to say hi. Really cool shop. They have very high-end e-bikes. Like quality, like even touring and cargo oriented. Their shop is like mainly cargo and touring oriented. Reese and Muller bikes gives you it's one of the brands they carry. So you can look that up and you can see what classification they're in, what price point. But it's quality. That's what it is, you know. My bike has quirks just like any other DIY bike. Better for me. It is touring purpose built. You can see I have Jones H bars on now. Great. I left the Moloko bag. This is now my charging bag. It's like I have like a battery voltage to 12 volt and then a 12 volt to 5 volt dual USB DC to DC converters in there. So I can have USB charging on my bike, which is pretty cool. That'll be my Trail Magic, I think, on the GDMBR. I did that when I went to Crater Lake too a long time ago. All the hikers, right? The PCT went right through there. So all of the hikers were at the hiker biker camp with me, and the nearest place to charge was the bathroom, but that only had 2 outlets, and there was like 12 hikers, right? And that was my old bike that got stolen before this one. But we just daisy chained all the battery packs and phones and lights and all the stuff, just in a big, looked like tree roots across over here. It's going to be slightly loud for a second. Louder. So we're going to go by the highway for a second, but we'll be away from there. I probably should have taken the other bridge, but I didn't. So here we are. Hope the frame looks, it's too low or too high. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna. I've actually kind of recorded this video a couple times already. I did mine, as you can probably hopefully tell. A really good camera and stereo mic solution. Unfortunately, to my right, you can hear the highway, the interstate, sorry, that goes right by. But we're almost done. Get over to the floating bridge up here. We'll be back in quiet land. That, folks, is why I want to be in the forest and be doing gravel and mountain biking stuff. I'm sick of traffic. I'm sick of loud cars. Kind of a blind corner. I felt like if I went wide, I could end up in front, like head on with somebody and just make it worse. So just misjudged the timing slightly. It's all about etiquette for me. All right, here's Floating Bridge. Back to quiet land. Ducks chilling. I think it's this seat. No, it's that seat. You can see all the bridges down the way. I could easily just bomb up this. But that's the kind of training that I'm actually doing, is I'm going slower. Going slower so that I can pay more attention to my range of things. So we'll go up over Steel Bridge here. Mixed this Gatorade and like sugar-free energy drink as my go juice, and it's not sitting well. Yeah, so we'll do what I intended originally with this video. Last time I recorded it. My plans did change since then, though. I was actually going to go northbound on a GDMVR. Actually start there. I was going to take the train to LA and then from LA to Albuquerque. be quite honest, I'm not a big fan of the desert. And I did buy the route on the ACA, like through Ride with GPS. So I have a pretty good idea of the route. Where to find all the camping spots are listed, all the mileage, towns, water supplies, and specifically in New Mexico, it looked very remote. Oh, sorry, just getting over a cold. Regular cold, folks, nothing to worry about. Take Flanders, go up to the park. He's turning this side. Right. He doesn't have to wait for me. Yeah. See, sometimes just following the flow is better than just slightly better. It's kind of Chinatown. This is basically where all the homeless community. Take my chance when I can. So we're on Cooch at the moment. We're gonna go to Flanders. Kind of like 10th, I think it is. You can always take any of them. This is the park where Occupy Wall Street was, and BLM, which is what people think is on fire. It's not. This is actually a remodel. It's not a repair. This side is a little bit. Anyway, this kind of splits this is Market over to our left, so. General area is what people think that Portland's on fire. Like, oh, no, it's just right there. We just passed it. I don't know if you can tell, but it's on fire. A town of 3 million people. Do have other things going on, you know? Oh, I'm so excited to get rid of the Clackadees. It's like a pollen is like slightly catching. I could just replace the rear hub. do know that. I am aware. But I do want more torque. That's why I'm getting this other motor. You can't just add torque to this motor, so. So, it's gonna start fresh, and then, yeah, I'm gonna explore Gifford Pinchot. I can't get on the GDMBR until later in July. It's just how it is. Oh, balls, I passed Flanders already. Dang it. Dang it. Wah, wah. So we'll take the back way kind of. Yeah, let's go to the top of Washington Park. Okay. So that's the main news I have. One, I'm going to be getting rid of this clackety noise and getting a motor with 100 newton meters of torque, because I'll be doing the second announcement, which is I'm going to be on my bike for the rest of the summer. Until otherwise listed. Yeah. And I guess then while we cruise up through Northwest, I will sort of discuss something about the trip. I also have been kind of deciding for a while. So anybody that finds my videos has probably watched me before, since I have been riding for about 10 years, so. And I'm not going to monetize my channel. I demonetized it a long time ago. So I don't. Let's see, is somebody gonna stop? I did that a long time ago. I hate ads. I don't want to make people watch ads to watch my videos. It's never paid enough to where it actually matters at all, to me anyway. It's not why. Here's where the MAX trains sleep at night. Okay. Ooh, just went up under the interstate 405. Yeah, so that's the purpose. That's never been the purpose of my channel. My purpose of my channel is only to share my experience and help people. Just provide my experience for if it helps people building their bikes. I know I have. But that being said, I mean, that's also why I haven't made videos in a long time. I haven't been able to talk about this, and I haven't really had anything I've wanted to make videos about, because I'm not making this my job. You understand? Riding my bike is what I'm going to be doing. And I will have my camera, my mics, I have a DJI Action 5 and I've got stereo mics right now, which is rad, so hopefully you appreciate. Not screwing around with a bunch of crazy stuff. I'm not going to be I'm not making movies. It's not the point of me going on this trip. If I get creative with my videos, it's just going to be because I feel like it. I'm never going to take sponsors. I don't want to play the game that way. I never have. I know the game really well, okay? If I title the video yellow text, which I plan on doing, it's basically to make fun of that. The whole game itself annoys me. People trying to get the algorithm to notice them, but then what they don't really understand is that screws people over. So people using tactics like yellow text and sensational words like disaster, and the more you see it, the more you understand what I'm talking about. Let's go. It's because it's people's job, and that is why it sucks a lot. It's just about capturing as many eyeballs as possible because it's about numbers. And what they don't understand, unfortunately, is that the algorithm is supposed to be paying attention to us. So if they're paying attention to the algorithm, it's paying attention to us. If they use weird, hacky tactics and sensational tactics to grab views, it's actually also telling the algorithm. That's how we got engaged, or we're getting engaged via this, because that's what they're using. Does that make sense? That makes sense. It's kind of like a feedback loop. People that find my videos, I really appreciate you people, you know? I like engaging with people and questions, and people, I mean, I've been recognized a couple times, and it's been a long time. I don't do any social events. The PEV ride here, oh my God. It's a 4-way stop, go, your turn. That's my new song. Do you like it, folks? I like it. That's the nicest way I can tell people to get the fuck out of my way, you know? With a song. Do it with song, that's what I say. Again, I could bomb up this hill if I want to, but it's just not what I'm doing. This is how you go 80 miles on 2 batteries. It's nice and chill. Almost if you're on a regular bike, that would be a doozy. That's what they call a doozy. And that's the other thing, you know, cycle peeps that are coming in and seeing this video, so however you find it. Yeah, you're doing it on e-bike. So? So? I'm not racing you. I have no destination in mind. I have nothing to prove. I don't care if you think I'm cool or not. I really don't. If you're nice and you don't want to be an asshole, I'll charge your shit account for you off my bike battery that you couldn't do otherwise. Okay, so this is my favorite way into Washington Park, right here. Go straight into the forest. Make all these people know they're good. Here, I guys turn left. Don't have to make everybody mad. Oh man. Yes, my favorite way in Washington Park. Here all the traffic melts away. All the busyness is instantly gone. Now we're in the magical forest. Go drainage ditch way. A little shortcut, as it were. Yeah, so wow, that's a minute ago, but I just finished what I was talking about, which is I don't want to make a movie. It's a lot of work. But I will still be making videos, you know, things that however it comes about, but the point of this journey is not to make a movie. The point of the journey is to ride my bike and enjoy nature and have fun and not worry about filming every stupid little thing I do, you know? I'm never going to walk back to my bike after putting the camera down. I'm just not gonna do it. Sorry. I don't care. I might not get a drone. Probably won't get a drone, actually. I mean, it would be cool to have one. If anything, I could like scout water or campsites and stuff. Just fly around. Get like an FPV drone. Just go mobbing through the forest. That was actually one idea I had. Is getting the Skydio 2 drone because it's really good at follow. I am overdressed now. Now the sun's come out. Yeah, sure, you know, just be overdressed right before we're about to climb this massive hill, you know? It's about the right time to be overdressed. Technically, I've been climbing this whole time. Since we left the river, I've been climbing. And we're going all the way to the top, so might as well. I'm pushing a lot of watts. This is actually faster than I would go because I'm going like 9.5 miles an hour. Trust me, if we see another cyclist, you don't understand how fast that really is. These hills. But that's because I don't care. No, I care today. And it's really not about trying to crunch your speed down to, slow as heck. Because then just ride a regular bike, you know what I mean? The amount of extra struggle you have to have power, because up until maybe a week or two ago, probably 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I was kind of on the fence. It's like, should I just deconstruct this bike, upgrade some things, make it a regular bike? Would that just be so much easier? Even though I've just put all this time and effort into like designing this exactly how I want. It'd still be the same bike, but it would just be human powered. But no, I don't think so. It's not because I'm lazy, it's just because I like e-bikes, you know? There's lots of things about e-bikes that I enjoy. It's not, I like the cycle aspect as well, but alright, one more doozy. One more doozy down here. Let's see, are we in 7 yet? There we go. Let's do a little extra boop. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Downshifties. Pushing, yeah, 1600 watts for like a second. Which is fine, you know? Literally what an e-bike is for. Yeah, and I'll do a gear list now that I can, you know. We're gonna head all the way up to the top and then we'll bomb down. I am gonna stop. Let's stop at some point. I gotta get my sweatshirt off. So we'll do a part 2 when I get there. So my bike has always been called the General, and I've chosen kind of a few different camo motifs. Like my speaker is winter camo, and my half frame bag is I don't know, kind of like dark mossy camo. And then I have this chair that's desert camo. And I've always just thought camo is funny. I don't know why. I mean, unless obviously in wartime it makes sense, but I think literally any other time it doesn't. But I thought that I wanted to I get a lot of hate from like hogs, you know, people in pickup trucks and, you know, Harleys, and just people aggravated that I'm even on the road in the first place, you know. They usually fit into some sort of like hog hick category, right? So I thought it would be funny to have my bike look very camo-y, even the even the water pack I have is tan. So I think I'm using camo correctly in that I'm trying to blend in with the hogs, right? Do what you gotta do, you know? I am over the aggro, folks. Over the aggro. Let me adjust my front derailleur. It's not adjusted properly. That's all right, it doesn't matter. yeah, got to button some things up, swap into a new motor. But my bike feels great. I trust it. We have a couple, or kind of a still long climb. One more big climb to go before we get to the top. And bomb down. Mild bomb. But I should just say, and this will be the only time I say it, but I got laid off finally at the end of February. I had originally got hired on with this other company that I was doing freelance for a long time. I was really excited. I felt appreciated. I was doing a good job. I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. And I was making people's events, productions better. That's what I was doing. They invested in me, they believed in me, they trusted me. And then that company got sold to basically an investment firm with a production company attachment. You know, production company accessory app. Very top heavy, very corporate-y, very little apps for everything with productivity. But you know, worked with good people. It is what it is. I saw it coming for a long time, just because I am actually good at my job, and I do actually logistically where I lived and just how the cards fell. I just unless I relocated or just did what I didn't want to do, or did something that I'm not an expert at, then it was basically inevitable. And so I've been kind of planning and saving, and I decided, you know, what do I really want to do if that happens? When it happens, I was really, really, really sure, you know, it was going to happen. What would I do? What do I really want to do? Do I want to try? Oh, it's a deer. What's up, brah? It's like, what do I really want to do? Do I really want to just get back into the grind? Look for another job? The world is really chaotic right now, and looking for a break. And I didn't re-sign the lease on my apartment because I knew this was coming. Otherwise, I'd be stuck in a lease. And I have the person that lives above me in my building. I like this. I like the place. I like the area. But I have the loudest walking upstairs neighbor alive. It's not possible to walk louder. It's basically, if you can imagine what digging your heels into as you walk on, say, like a plywood wood floor. It's thump, 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 all day long. Every single step for the last year since she moved in. And the sad part is, she just does not have any self-awareness. So it's like, there's nothing the apartment complex can do, because it is kind of the luck of the draw. I think it should be illegal. I think that people that walk like that should just be like not allowed to live on anything other than the first floor, because then everybody's gonna be fine, you know? All right, one more climb. Almost there, I promise. So it is disheartening to me, because the company I originally signed up for, I really did think was a career plan. and I was excited about it, and I was making good money, and I was appreciated. I did a really good job. Cars just fell. They fell where they landed. I don't blame the owner of the company. I kind of maybe understand why he did it. You know, the VP of the company was the one that actually hired me, like wanted me to come on. I felt very valued. And in the new company, I just kind of got lost. But it's not really the kind of company that I wanted to work for anyway. So it's okay. And I just don't want to go back into the grind right now. It just isn't what I want to do. So in some ways, like, I want to be really excited for this trip, but it's it's a little bittersweet, right? My apartment has been kind of a nightmare for a long time. My job was coming to a close, just didn't know when. Everything else going on, like, in the world is just kind of like bonkers, clown shoes. Those are all the gears that were spinning, and I had to wait for them all to come into sync. And they did. Had a lot of time to plan for this, folks. Not gonna lie. All right. As you can see, this is officially the top. So now we're gonna turn around. We're gonna bomb down. So there we go. I'll just stop here before we bomb. Just say that I will be making content. I will be making videos. I hope you like the new camera and audio setup. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do, but I think this is where I landed. But this is going to be kind of a sabbatical for me, and I'm trying to explain that I have a lot of production background. I'm like middle management, kind of, technical director level of experience. I've been involved in a lot of things, and I just don't really want to make, even though I'm good at this stuff, this trip is not about taking on another job. I don't want to make YouTube a job. I don't want to make content to make money so that people can see what I'm doing, see what's possible by e-bike. When I first started, you had to build your own, Now everybody just buys it, and it's a different world. It's a different world, folks. But I still love riding my bike. I'm excited to try the new one with better torque. My friend Chris actually has that motor. We'll be making movies. I'll probably be doing ride videos. Maybe I'll make videos on topics. Maybe just leave a comment on the video if you made it this far. That means you actually do care about what I have to say, or at least my content. I just don't want to play the game. I don't want to play the game. You'll never see me trying to sell you something or using, crazy words or yellow text. You won't believe what I found until I show you this. All the little things, all the dumb little things. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. When I got my last e-bike stolen, that was the only time I even brought up, like, asking or letting people know if they wanted to donate. And people did. And technically this bike is because of people that, watch my videos and are interested in what I'm doing with my life. And I genuinely appreciate it. and you know, I'll make some sort of option available so that people can donate if they want to. Like, understand that I'm not, at the moment, I'm not financially hurting. This isn't a surprise, right? This is not a big surprise. This is a long time coming. This has actually been a long, excruciating waiting process. And I'm running out. Now I'm at the point to where I got a lot of things to think about. I got to move out, and I got to like make sure all my stuff's ready to go, and and then on my birthday, I have to head off into the woods. You know what I mean? All this is coming together, folks. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be okay. It is stressful. It does make me anxious. Yeah, I have my new wheel is going to be built in about a week. That'll make this clacking go away. My front hub, I'm going to have the bearings rebuilt or replaced on that too. So that'll be in top notch, and Brian will do all the wheel adjustments, and then, you know, I'll be able to pop back into town. I'm not going to be like, you know, just off into the wilderness. I'll have a storage unit in case I need to make some changes or add on anything, or if I forgot something. My friend Chris lives in Cascade Locks. He's gonna take my scooter to kind of play with and babysit the battery while I'm gone. And because he's an e-bike, EV enthusiast, moving vehicle. This is a park I like to stop at, which I really want to stop, but I'll finish this video. I'm gonna stop at the river, I guess. Kind of go back down through town. I feel like this video has been okay. Not making a movie, folks, just making an announcement. Anybody that's finding my channel, it's because, you know, you've known about my videos, or you found some other video that helped you, that you're interested in. You know, I get comments all the time still from other videos and stuff that I've made, like, you know, even like 2 bikes ago. Or someone's like, oh, that's a good idea, but you should do this. And I'm like, rah. I get it, but like, do like take the like extra 3 seconds to look and see if I have anything newer. You know, just a little gander. And I know I haven't made anything in a long time, but that's just because I couldn't really talk about this, and I just didn't know what else to do. And it's also super stressful too, right? Yeah. So if you have found this, you know, this video is for y'all, the people that actually care about people just sharing their story in their own way. You know, I'm a back end guy. I don't like to be on camera. I never have. I'm really good at back end. That's what production is. My job is to be in the back, which is right where I'm at. You notice that? When I started making ride videos, that was my genuine self. I'm behind the camera. You are riding my bike. That's what I always try to do. So you know, when you're, especially back in the, don't have to like lure you in by like, oh, this is the newest E-Moto motorbike that let's go stare at homeless people. This is an unboxing. This is an unboxing of a brand new homeless person. Disaster! Chaos! Yellow text! I saw a bunny today. That's what that video is about. We did see a deer. I'll also do some live streams. I did kind of design my gear setup around the ability to make videos because I just am production minded. I do enjoy it. I just, like I said, I don't want to make a movie. That's not what I'm doing, you know. This is a sabbatical. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a sabbatical. It's for me. It's a break, and I find that I'm going to want to share that journey in a way, but in my own way, because I am going to try to do it in real time as well. If you looked at the videos I did down to like Crater Lake and to Jedediah State Park, that was all basically in real time. I was filming and then editing in the night, and I was uploading when I could find internet, right? And it was a lot of work. It's a lot of time. And I don't want to make people watch ads. I just don't care. It's not my job, right? I just don't want to make any compromises like that. I'm doing this for me. But I think it's going to be pretty epic, and especially the GDMBR. You know, my solar panel, 3 amps. That's like basically it will only fill up a battery over the course of the day with good sun. The clouds are out, it's raining. I'm totally screwed. But I'm not going to be riding 100 miles a day, or you know, I'm going to be in the 40 to 60 mile range probably, maybe even less sometimes. Sometimes I'm going to be at camp for a couple days. You know. I'll still be able to do grid charging. There's going to be plenty of towns, but it is going to be a primarily gravel route. It's very little asphalt. A little bit of single track, but not too much. I mean, I don't know. I won't have to do any of the hike-a-bikes, which is great because I walk mode. And this bike is capable, you know. It really is. Back to a rigid fork. Had a suspension hook on here for a little while. I do have a suspension stem and seat post, and I find that to be pretty good, even on gravel. This bike is not a dirt jumper, you know, mountain bike, downhill mountain bike. It's a trooper, you know. Just motor along. It's very good at that. I want a little bit more torque for climbing hills. And I lightened all my gear. I'll do a gear list. I'm almost there. I'm gonna focus on what I'm doing, and gear list will come when I'm actually out on the road. I think today is May 12th. So on my birthday, end of May. Alright, let's head back through town now. we'll just boop up this hill. I'll just do a little booping. Feels like there's a lot of crazy confusion going on, so I'm gonna reboot my computer real quick. Yeah, pop back down for town. So I hope I explained everything properly. I hope everyone can understand that like why. I felt like that's why I had to tell the whole story and just kind of just throw it all into one video. Let people know what's up. I don't want to make this into a vlog or real time. I want to be able to make stuff. What the fuck is going on? Like what I'm saying is, I would love to be motivated to make a cool movie out of a trip, you know. It's just a little bittersweet is all I'm saying. And I'm just gonna make whatever I make. Plus it's not like, you know, I might not even finish the GDMBR. I might get to the desert and turn around and just go back into the mountains, do you know what I mean? Like, there's no destination, there's no time target. I don't have any reason to get off trail or be anywhere specific, or go any particular miles or find any particular place. I'm just going to be exploring. That's what I'm doing. So that'll be like somewhere in the second half of July when I'll start the GDMBR, and that'll be from Whitefish, Montana. I'll just take the train over there. Until then, I'll be bopping around. I used to be the director of this, which is the World Trade Center. You wouldn't believe what my first day was, and I'm not going to tell you, because the channel is not about my job. What I've heard, what I've seen. Make it into like stuff. I would never talk about anything specific. I can always talk about just like, you know, situational. It's just, I don't know, I have integrity, I guess. People have always trusted me. It's not about anything. I don't know any like dark secrets or anything like that. Just see the world in a different way, I guess, than most people probably do. Since I working, just hearing the inner goings on of pretty much any company you can think of. It's coming down the pipe, as it were. So I just had an interesting look at stuff. I've always loved playing with gear, really good at it. And, you know, interacting with the people, I interact with them, it's more the creative side of all these things, so. The last place was very, very corporate-y. That's all I'll say. Very corporate-y. Amazingly inefficient for how micromanaged it is. that's here nor there. I think I'm gonna stop up here on this side of the river in a little ways. So I'll end the video. Tried to make this video before. Been a little bit nervous about it. I don't really know how it's going to turn out. I don't really care, I guess. As long as the camera's still recording, it's just going to be posted as my announcement. It's not a surprise. Been planning for a long time. It is what I want to do. It's open-ended. And yeah. More for me, so I will try to make some content. There's a lot of things I am interested in making, such as, you know, what my gear list is. I'll share some of the cool stuff that I, you know, along the way. You know, I have 2 microphones, which I prefer doing things in stereo, which is why I really like this setup. Hopefully it's easy for you to hear me and I don't have to yell. And yeah, so I can do, like, you know, if I meet somebody doing an interview, I'll try to be able to do live streams too. We'll just kind of see how it goes, you know what I mean? Show your support if you do. Any way you want, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily care about doing anything with it other than just sharing my experience, and hopefully that finds people and they enjoy it. My priority will be riding and camping. Thinking and meditating and cooking. Try to make some stuff out of it, but I'm just saying it's not gonna be a movie. Because realistically, I do want to put things up sort of in real time, meaning that I will be on the road, and I'll try to do like a premiere before a live stream or something, because I do plan on having my cell service plus my iPad will have an eSIM, I think, on a different carrier. It isn't good enough to ride along, and again, like I said, I just don't want to make this a movie. It's not about that for me. But I will be able to bond the cellular signal, so I should have at least better internet at the camp so that I can, you know what I mean? I'm giving it the best shot. that's what I enjoy. I'm not. Do I care about telling a story in a movie way? Not really. That's just not me. I've always done back end stuff, so other people are more creative, and I just make it happen. But at the same time, I mean, I'm going to be out in the forest and seeing really cool stuff, so I might as well film some of it. And like I said, the main purpose of my channel has always been, you know, to show e-bikes and answer people questions, help people, just, you know, maybe building a community. E-bike industry is just quite big now. I don't know if people even build bikes anymore. We have like a PEV ride in town. You know, EUCs, like, this is gonna wait. Where's here? Tried to go as slow as I possibly could. It still didn't work. But the PEV ride, some cool peeps. I like how people get creative with their bikes and stuff, and you can tell people really enjoy it, but it is sort of divided. There's a lot of like show-offy, like hooligan type of people. E-motos, not really a big fan of. They're just not bikes, so it just is what it is. I think speed is really easy, and I think people just get obsessed with that. Whereas I just like riding, and I enjoy all of the aspects of cycling, not just going fast because I can. I think that's one of the problems I have with the current, like, I don't know, current, like, content industry is that it's just about making a movie or making a buck. You know, someone driving to a parking lot and then loading up a piece of crap e-bike with, like, glamping gear and then riding 1.5 miles down to a campsite and saying they're like e-bike touring. You know, it's like, no, you're not. You're just riding to a campsite. That's all you're doing. It's not the same thing. I even forgot to cancel my Artlist music membership. It's supposed to go fast. So I ended up spending $200 extra for royalty-free music that I could put in my YouTube videos. Yada yada. I might do it a little bit, but I don't really like music. Yes. Like I said, I'm not making a movie. You know what I mean? Chose stereo mics so that it is as immersive as possible. A lot of thought went into designing this, which I did a long time ago, and I just haven't made any videos because I haven't thought about anything. Haven't been able to really talk about anything. It's been a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety, and this is the only video you're going to see that is like this. Lay it all out. I might not even edit it. I might just leave it the way it is. Long bike ride. Here, at least look at the math, right? Look at the math. 13.3 watt hours per mile. That's where we're at today. It's really good. Since I left that park. So now you know what the range is. That's how you ride 100 miles on 2 batteries. But I plan on, just gonna ride as I go, find a campsite, maybe stay for a couple days. I can always leave my battery on solar for a day. Take my other battery, go ride a loop that I find on Ride GPS. Come back and have the fresh battery, you know? Oops. I know.
Thank you.
It's that weird passive aggression that I don't like. Passive-aggressive riders. Masking control with perceived kindness. That's it's kind of the like plastic corporatiness that I'm talking about. It's not genuine, you know what I mean? Kind of over it. Saturated in society. And my sabbatical will be to get away from it all and be in the wilderness as much as I can. Chose the GDMBR simply because it's a gravel route and I can be away from traffic. funny thing about plastic is that you can shove it down people's throats, pretend like it's real, the wacky waving inflatable tube man, pretend all you want. People that are paying attention see it to its core. That's one thing I do really enjoy about being on the road, is that you meet a lot of really cool, genuine people interested in what you're interested in, and it's just about exploring and seeing cool stuff and being around good people. And you can always have the haters every once in a while, just the weird aggro or passive aggro people, but it's few and far between. Sometimes you just have to get out into the woods and try to find it. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here, hang out, take a break, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned. About 20 days, 19 days, and I will have no choice but be on the road. All right, later guys.